Sometimes I don't want to grind Red Dead Online by going through collector sets. It's extremely boring and repetitive. That's why a lot of the money and gold that I get within the game, I earn it whilst I'm not even playing. And you can do the exact same thing. Before we do get into the video though, I want to let you know about a project that I've been working on. It's no secret that I've created a lot of gaming channels, and because I've created so many, I know how to get them partnered in about 1 to 2 months without needing to promote them on other social media accounts. And I always get asked, how do I do it? That's why I've created an in-depth class on Skillshare. It goes through the basics of creating a new YouTube channel, but it quickly scales up into doing keyword research, planning videos, recording, editing, creating thumbnails, and eventually getting monetized, where you can actually start running your YouTube channel like a business by outsourcing the work. If you're interested in having your own gaming channel, then there is a link in the description down below, as well as you can find it as the pinned comment, and that will give you a free month of Skillshare where you can use that time to watch through my class, and at the end of it, you will understand everything that you need to know. So link to everything can be found in the description down below. Getting back into the video, nothing is 100% AFK. You still need to do the initial setup or the final delivery, but there's things that you can do within the game to either make money or gold, and you do it by just putting your controller down and walking away. And I know for a lot of people, they're going to be wondering, why on earth would you bother doing this? You bought a game, you might as well play it. And yes, to a degree, that is true, but at the same time, it is nice to progress through a game and get loads of money, which is the bad part of grinding games like this, and you can just come back later to have money ready within your account, which you can then use to go into the activities or buy the items that you want to buy. I used to do this to fit it around my busy schedule. I would spend time working on university assignments, but in the background I had my Xbox turned on, my controller was beside me, and I was generating money, gold, or even XP within the background within Red Dead. That way, by the time I finish working on my assignment, I can then go and log on to the game, and I wouldn't have to do that money grind. It's already set up, and I can actually get into straight recording my videos. So the first way is with the trader, and before you do everything, you need to go through the trader setup. This is where you do get animal materials, and it is a pain if you are looking for normal animals. It's so much easier for you to go over to Harriet, talk to her, get a legendary animal mission, and go through that instead, where at the end you can kill and skin that animal and then put that animal pelt in the back of your hunting wagon. That will now give you around 50 to 60 materials dependent on the animal, and you can take that over to cribs. You'll need to have 2 of these to get a max bar of materials. This is when you'll do a resupply mission or pay for supplies. If you do a resupply mission, it's going to be considerably quicker and also cheaper, but if you do buy supplies, it's always still an option. You're still going to be able to make money at the end of the day because it's not too expensive. If you do pay, you do need to wait a bit longer, but as we are just doing this for AFK, it really doesn't make too much of a difference. Once all of that's done, you're ready just to stay within the menus with Cribs, talk to him, but you can put your controller down and walk away. As you're in the menu talking to Cribs, Rockstar will not kick you for idling. You can wait here for as long as you want and you won't be kicked out of the game. Depending on your platform, at some point you may get a darker screen and there'll be an overlay which will give you tips based on Xbox or PlayStation. But even when this is happening, you're still within the game. This is also the point in which your controller may turn off just to save battery, but as soon as you do come back, you can turn it on, you will still be within the game. And then that whole time, Cribs has generated goods. Of course, with the trader, there is a point in which this stops. There's no point having this on all day if you're going to go to the likes of school. It's just a complete waste of power. Plus, on top of that, you're not going to benefit that much. After 25 goods, which does take 50 minutes, you will need to do another resupply mission or buy supplies for your camp so you can go through it again. And every 50 goods, that is when you'll run out of materials and you'll need to get even more. The trader will take anywhere between 3.5 all the way up to 4 hours to get 100 goods in total, where you can do a full delivery. And when it does come to the delivery, you'll still need to be there to play the game, to actually accept the delivery and also take it to the location. It's just the stuff in between where you can put your controller down and do something else, which is where you can play this game AFK. The second way is by going through the Moonshiner. This is even easier to set up because all you need to do is go over to your Moonshine shack, talk to Marcel and buy Moonshine Mash. You don't need to do anything else. You don't need to get a material bar which you need to fill up. You just need to head to the location and put in a order. It's better if you do have some ingredients just to go and add flavoring, but it doesn't need to be anything special. You could do the berry cobbler moonshine or the apple berry crumb. Those are the ones that I normally go for. I never do anything that requires me to have collectibles because it always works out better for you to go and sell those to Madame Lazare than do anything else. Now, very similar to what you did with Cribs, you're going to do the exact same thing with Marcel. You're going to sit within the menu and you can put your controller down. To get 20 bottles of moonshine, it will take 48 minutes, so slightly less than a trader. The deliveries are also slightly less and you will need to come back for this. There's no option with this role for you to do a short or long distance delivery. They're all relatively short, taking a max of 5 minutes. And as soon as you're done, you'll then go all the way back to your moonshine shack and do the whole thing again. If you really want to, you could do a bootlegger mission just to maximize the most amount of money, but it doesn't give you a crazy amount extra. Plus, this video we're talking about being AFK, so I'm assuming you don't want to put too much work up front for you to actually get this going. These are the two main ways in which you can make money AFK, and of course it does still require you to do a bit of work. As said earlier, there's no point of you having a full day going to work, school, college, university, whatever it is, for you to have your console turned on and whilst you're grinding through this, because it brings no benefit. It'll cap out after that first 50 minutes, 48 minutes for the moonshiner and 50 minutes for the trader. That's when it needs to have some attention, but this does mean it's perfect if you are someone that is working from home. And you do take 5 or 10 minute breaks every now and then for you to actually go through this. What I do is spend time working on my YouTube channels or helping out my social media clients. And as soon as those 50 minutes are up, I'll take a 10-15 minute break where I'll play this game for a little bit, do what I need to do, go through the deliveries, get my money, and then set up everything again so that I can spend the next 50 minutes going through my work until I go through this whole cycle again. As for making gold AFK, this is slightly different on a day-by-day basis because it isn't infinitely scalable. With the money and everything that we've just said before, you can keep on doing this and there is no limit, but with gold, you need to depend on daily challenges and awards. Daily challenges, as by their name, change every single day. Awards, with them, 90% of them have a limit, either it being you could do it once or you can do it up to 10 times until you can no longer do it anymore. So as for daily challenges, you can play with the band for 2 minutes. You just go into your moonshine shack, go all the way downstairs, interact with one of the musical instruments, sit down and start playing. It'll play with the band and you just need to put your controller down for 2 minutes, walk away, come back, and there you go. The daily challenge is done. Very similar to this, you can also dance with the band, but for this, you do need something to rest on your controller because it requires you to hold the button down. Both of these are only 2 minutes, so it's not going to take a crazy amount of time. Maybe you don't even need to AFK for this type of challenge, but you can if you want. The other ones that you can do is visit certain locations on a auto ride. If you didn't know, you can actually go into your map, set a waypoint to where you need to go, get back into the gameplay, start your ride, hold the cinematic button, and it will go into a cinematic where your horse will follow the track all the way up until that waypoint. This does mean for different types of daily challenges which require you to reach the peak of Mount Hagen or for you to go to certain locations. You can just log on, go into your map, set a waypoint to the location in which you need to go to, and then just do a cinematic ride. By the time it gets into the radius of that area, there you go, you have completed the challenge and you did it whilst doing something completely different. Don't even need to play the game. The best one for daily challenges, which requires the most time away, is not to kill animals for 24 hours, which comes under a naturalist daily challenge. You could just do exactly what we did with the money grind for the moonshiner and the trader, and as long as you stay within the menus because you're not killing animals, you will get this award and you didn't have to do anything. It's always nice having this type of daily challenge when I am going through this AFK money grind with the trader or moonshiner. As for rewards that you can work on, you can earn cash from trading. This is a trader award and you do this by doing the money grind that we did just mention. Yes, you still need to do the trade deliveries, but for most of the time you are just waiting about as Cribs generates those goods for you to sell on a bit later. You can also do the award which requires you to survive a wanted level for a certain amount of minutes. Now the max for this is to survive a wanted level for 120 minutes probably not worth doing. Plus, if you did try and wait around in free roam, you will be kicked after 15 minutes of idling. But whenever this is 15 minutes or less, what I tend to do is head over to Saint Denis, shoot someone, get a wanted level, and go to this location where I'll climb up the ladder, run across the rooftops, and jump to the other side, where I can crouch down on that other side and I can't be shot by anyone. There is no height advantage that the lawmen can get over me to actually start shooting and even kill me. So I can just wait here, put my controller down, and yes, I will be kicked for idling after 15 minutes, but it's perfectly fine as long as the surviving a wanted level is less than 15 minutes. Anything longer and this is completely pointless. Another thing that you can do as long as it is less than 15 minutes is driving a train. You'll first need to find a train, but as soon as you do, you can just hold down A and that train will go automatically. So for you to go AFK, you just need to have something that will hold down the button A. Rest something on top of your controller and this train will carry on going. Don't need to worry about steering. Just in case you didn't know, trains go on tracks, but you will be perfectly fine. Yet again, this does have that 15-minute limit. And finally, you also have distance traveled with your horse. For this, you can do the cinematic ride, which we did mention earlier about going to set locations. If you set this from one side of the map all the way to the other, it will take some time, especially as a cinematic. But if you do go for that cinematic option, it will follow that path all the way to the set location that you set as the waypoint. Even once you get to that waypoint, your horse will still wander around depending on the location. Yet again, it does still only have that 15-minute limit. Anyway guys, here are a couple different ways in which you can get money and gold whilst being AFK. The reason why you would want to have a game and then play AFK, I'm really not too sure. I've had to use some of these in the past to do various activities, whether getting university work done, editing videos, recording, planning, helping out social media clients, and sometimes it has just been a case of me sitting down with my band to play for 2 minutes whilst I get my breakfast ready, so that by the time I get back, it's already done. I can actually log off Red Dead for the day because I've completed my one daily challenge to keep my daily challenge streak. So it does have its advantages of being AFK. How you use it is entirely up to you. If you do have any questions about anything, then please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. But anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going to see ya.